You're watching KBOI 2 News at 5. Watching out for you.
Good afternoon. We have breaking news out of the Boise foothills. A wildfire is still burning in the area. As you can see, within the past several hours, it's grown to more than 200 acres. We have been out on scene all afternoon, and Mike Murad begins our breaking news team coverage on those firefighting efforts. Mike, what's the very latest here?
Natalie, about 100 firefighters and a water-dropping helicopter continue working on that Council Springs fire you see behind me, right in the Boise foothills. It has scorched about 250 acres now and flared up around 11 o'clock this morning. And joining me right now is KBOI 2's Scott Logan, who has been out here all afternoon. And Scott, what is the very latest on this firefight?
Well, it's definitely been a busy day out here in the Boise foothills. The important thing to point out right now is this fire never threatened any structures, and there have been no evacuations. It's unclear how the fire started, but it certainly was not started by lightning. It started just above Council Spring Road, apparently, east of Table Rock, and as we said, it grew from 20 to 250 acres. Dozens and dozens of firefighters were challenged in the beginning by the steep terrain, but they were helped by water drops from 2 helicopters and retardant drops from fixed-wing aircraft.
It's a little bit steep up there on the hillside. There's also some heavy fuels up there and a little bit of wind, so all those things are making it difficult.
Again, no structures threatened, no evacuations, fortunately no injuries. Now this is, though, the biggest foothills fire so far this season. Fire managers told us a couple of months ago that fire season would probably be starting later this summer because of the cool, wet spring, and that's maybe what we're seeing right now, Mike.
Yeah, and Scott, in a lot of ways, I think the temperatures and the wind direction actually did help firefighters to a degree. It's not scorching out here, and that wind actually at one point was pushing that fire up the hill. But that could change as far as the weather if we do get some thunderstorms rolling in. Let's go back to the studio and check in with KBOI 2's Chief Meteorologist Vin Crosby for the very latest on what we can expect out here weather-wise. Vin.
Mike and Scott, yeah, we are definitely seeing some thunderstorms form down to the south, and winds right now not terribly high, but if we do get thunderstorms to move on through, we could get some of those downbursts or microbursts coming on through. Right now, just 13-mile-per-hour wind gusts at the Boise airport and 10 back towards Knapp and Caldwell. The weather reporting station out by Lucky Peak coming in with a wind now gusting to 17 miles per hour. Notice the temperature warming up this afternoon to 84 degrees at Lucky Peak. That's helping to fuel some thunderstorms that are forming out there. Numerous showers and storms still to our south and southwest over the Hawaii counties. You can see there are some lightning strikes induced there. And if you look closely, we are seeing some echoes come on into the Ada County area. There's one little shower that's popped up around Eagle, back down just north of Meridian, and then another little area of green that's down around Melba coming on up. Now, normally this would not be a big deal, but with the fire going and they're still trying to finally put that thing out, we are seeing that there could be maybe some added gusts of wind from these storms as they move up over the Treasure Valley, maybe 20 to 40 miles per hour. Of course, that's the last thing they need when trying to put out any type of fire up in the foothills. It could be a lot worse, though. We could have had those temperatures, like you said, Mike, up around the 90-degree mark, and we could have had some real gusty winds, which really could have led to a disaster. But right now, the weather is cooperating.
All right, good news there. Thank you, Vin. And that fire, as you see behind me with that scorched foothills, just about 1/4 mile from where those houses are in that Harris Ranch subdivision. Jennifer McGraw has also been out here all afternoon. And Jen, this fire really did grow quickly.
It grew quickly, Mike, but that wind is what really helped fuel that fire to go towards the east and stay away from those homes. If you take a look at the ridge, you can see right behind Mike and I, you can see how low the homes are. What do you say, Mike? That's about 1/4 mile up. If the wind indeed was going the other direction, that subdivision right there really could have been in trouble. And that's sort of what we saw at the Eagle fire. The wind switched directions and destroyed 4 homes last summer. Now, I spoke with Chief Doan and said when he got the call around 10:45, 20 acres had already burned. And as you heard from Mike and Scott, it went up to 250. He says their saving grace is actually the wind. Like I said, the fire spread through the foothills, through the east and away from any homes and structures. I spoke with one man who said he saw flames 1 second and the next. The fire engines were coming from each direction, and then of course helicopters coming from above.
Well, we just saw the smoke at the bottom of the canyon here, and about the same time the wind picked up and it just took it right up over the ridge and right on up.
We saw lots of people standing by on Warm Springs, stopping to take a look. The helicopters were actually picking up the water from the Boise River. It's not every day you see helicopters dropping on down. But again, like I said, Mike, no structures affected. So it turned out to be not so bad.
And once again, the very latest numbers, firefighters still on scene, about 100 firefighters, including that water dropping helicopter, 75% contained, but they are still knocking down some of those hot spots. We will stay out here live until 6 o'clock tonight. Right now, let's go back to the KBOI 2 studios and Natalie Hurst. Natalie, take it away.
All right.